All right. Hey, Jam here at Peaceful Media, and I'm so excited to be joined by an illustrious guru of online marketing, branding, and getting stuff done, Codi Quick of quickbusinessresolutions.com. Hi, Codi.
Hello, good morning.
So let me frame this up a little bit for you and tell you how I ran into this amazing person. I was at an event where, those online marketing events. Actually, it was Jeff Walker, is one of our clients, and he attracts this amazing tribe of people who are, some people are doing 8-figure launches, some people are just learning what a launch is, some people are just tentatively walking towards the line of launching an online business. So it's this big spectrum of people, all sort of geared towards making a bigger impact in the world. They're all sort of drawn to Jeff like a moth to an impact, doing good in the world flame, if you will. And so you could always expect, you never know what to expect in a conversation with every person. But I was sitting next to Codi and another woman, and Codi is a very experienced person in online business. And then there was this person at the table with us who was, Codi, how would you describe it? Just kind of tentative.
I would definitely say newbie. Like she is excited to be there. The energy of any of these events are amazing.
Yeah.
You can tell she's like riding that high of this, but scared to death. Like she has this wonderful little idea, something she's passionate about, wants to do, but doesn't know what to do next.
Right. And so there's nothing wrong with that. I call them beginner birds. They're asking questions. They're just getting familiar with this whole thing. And I could just tell that Codi was handling it beautifully and gracefully and answering the questions with authority, and that she knows her stuff. And so when I got to chatting with her some more, and I learned that she runs a business that helps support people no matter where they're at in what's called a virtual assistant agency, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have you share some of your wisdom and experience with my tribe, so we're here today to, whether you're doing big launches or doing nothing yet, I think this session is going to give you some great insight and some action steps to move forward. And so the first thing we're going to do is talk about what is a VA. So I think one of the keys of doing a webinar like this is to turn off your phone. We're going to talk about what is a VA, a virtual assistant. We're going to talk about why VAs are awesome if you are uninitiated in all that. And then we're going to talk about who should VA. So you get to sort of filter through. So, am I in the right fit? Am I in the right part of my business development to work with a VA? We'll talk about a little bit of like what to expect with hiring a VA, the prices and so forth. And I think really importantly is Codi's going to break down how to select the right VA, because you can certainly go wrong. There's a lot of horror stories, and Codi's seen a lot of them, unfortunately, with VAs going missing and or worse, So she is going to give you some steps that you can take to eliminate that failure and false start and unknown, and get more certainty with your right VA purchase, hire. And if you just want to skip ahead to getting more of Codi and her quick resources and quick resolutions, go ahead and find the button below this video where she's going to give you a free guide. They'll show you how the step-by-step guide to picking the right VA. So Codi, does that kick us off pretty well?
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
All right. Well, let's jump into the first question, and that is, what is a virtual assistant, a VA?
A virtual assistant is magic. That's all there is to it. When you have the right VA, you have a person that's there to support you in whatever task it is. So some VAs are very specialized. They work remotely to support either a small business, large business. I've seen them work in any capacity. Most VAs have a very specialized piece that they are either strictly admin, or even some are graphic design, different web pieces. They have something they specialize in.
Right.
opposed to like going to a full agency that can just do everything with full expertise. You can get a VA that's personalized into one thing, and can make your business awesome in that area. When you work with a VA that has a specialty like that, it's very possible to hire multiple VAs. A lot of businesses will have a graphic designer that they absolutely love, but then they're still looking for other pieces, somebody to implement that, somebody to work their social, somebody to do all the other things for them.
Right.
So they may end up with multiple VAs. The nice, interesting part of what I did with it was watching business owners struggle with managing all those pieces and all those people. So QBR put it all under one roof and did kind of a combo of it and making it a virtual assistant agency. So I hire virtual assistants that work in their specialties, but also are cross-trained in other pieces so they can help do a little of everything. So you only have to call one place, one person, never have to worry, is my graphic designer and my content writer available the same day to get my blog up?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's perfect. You well described. And yes, so the distinction within VAs is that you can go on Indeed or Upwork, or not maybe not Upwork, but anyways, you can go in these various places to go and handpick certain VAs to come in and support your business, or you can work with someone like Codi, who has an agency that has VAs and specialists within that umbrella. Same thing with Peaceful Media, honestly. Like it's one agency that works with the gamut of online branding and digital marketing. So same idea, one source with Codi versus a scattering of these specialists out there.
Right.
So sell me, let's say like, okay, I'm a small business owner. I want to grow, so that why would I go and invest in a VA?
So my biggest sales pitch is, what is your time worth? That's the biggest piece, that you know your business better than anybody else. What you're doing, what you're passionate about, no matter what that is, there's pieces of your business that no one else can do the way you can do. Those are where you should be focused. There's other pieces of the business you have to do that you may not be great at or may not be the best use of your time. Yeah. And those are the things you should start outsourcing. And there's someone to do it for anything. If it's the admin that you hate, if it's your scheduling you hate, if it's the technology you don't understand, there's someone there that can take that off of your plate to where you can focus on the pieces that only you can do, that you can grow your business.
Yeah. So what are some of the results that you've been able to create for some of your clients, that demonstrate that awesomeness?
So the best story is actually, I got a video testimonial this morning, right before this call that came in.
Great.
And it brought tears to my eyes, warmed my heart. She was one that's just a therapist that was overwhelmed. She's not super organized. She's super creative, had an inbox with like 20,000 emails in it. And all she wanted was a little help to clean it up, get organized, know if there's anything she needs to keep, and get rid of the rest.
Yeah.
And she has gone, that was 3 years ago when she came to me like that. And she just did her first online summit. She has an email list. She has went from this girl that had no clue what digital marketing was to a nice little business that's starting to give her some of her time back and some of her ideas back, to where now she can stay that creative, unorganized person, but it gets put out to the world and people can actually get her expertise.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. When you start talking about time, not to mention, like, you may not be as good at some of the things that you're doing that other people are. So there's a whole like question of where's your zone of genius, and could someone get better results if you just let them? So that's one piece. But when you start talking about time, especially if you have kids, and you're watching them, like I have a 1 and a 3-year-old Codi, and I'm watching every week be a different person. And I know that I'm not going to get that back. Videos of them are not going to do justice down the line. So yeah, ask yourself that question, clock's ticking. What is this worth to me? And on top of that, the cherry on top is that you may get better results.
Right.
for the money. You know, the ROI could be just from a logical left brain standpoint, like the ROI could be so much higher and you get more time back. So let's expand on that. And let's say someone's like, oh, okay, cool. I'm interested in this VA thing. I want some V8 for my business. And how would I go about finding one?
So as you said, it's actually went from when I first started, nobody knew what it was, to fairly common. People hear about it. You can find them, like you said, Elance and Upwork and all over the place. There's opportunities out there, but there's also the scary pieces out there. There are people that work remote and you don't have that connection, and they, aren't an employee. They aren't there at your beck and call, and you have to give up this piece of your passion to them and hope that they connect enough to do good work. So you can look all over those places. There's lots of different opportunities to find them. It's once you find them, making sure you interview them. Do more than just grab that first person that gave you the lowest price and they said they could get it done the fastest. That if that's a one-off project, maybe that's great. But if you're really looking for a long-term relationship, somebody to build your business with you, and someone that will know your brand, go to anytime and can write for you or write as you and build your brand the same and it look and feel as if you did it. You have to find that match for you.
And in your guide, do you explain some questions that you would include in that interview?
I do. I have 8 questions that I absolutely say that are a must. And I also will link out to QBR's answers of why I think these are important questions, but how I would personally answer them. Yeah,
perfect. So that guide's below. You can download that at any time. So that's number 1, right? What's next?
So the other piece that I kind of just quick touch on is you have to be ready. Like, you have to know that this is a relationship. If you really want to use a VA with the most value for you and your business to get out of it, you have to know there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be things your VA knocks out of the park, and the next time they're going to do something, you're like, I'm not in love with it. That doesn't mean they're a horrible VA or they're not listening to you. It's getting to know you. There's always those bumps in the road, just as if they're an assistant sitting next to you. So making sure you're 100% in it. You're ready to build that relationship, invest that time into training them the way you want them to do things. That way in 3-4 months, you're not even thinking about the things they're doing anymore.
Yeah, I liken it to dating. I've heard of great stories amongst my friends, and I'm sure you have too, Cody, where someone gives, like, the first date, first impression might be a little off, but then, like, third date, fourth date, when the two are given a chance to have a third or fourth date, and you get to, like, sort of massage how you communicate with one another, and you sort of adjust your expectations, magic can happen. You start, like, as long as people are being malleable and flexible, like you're saying, they can adapt to one another's preferences. So, but that will never happen if you first date it and peace out. Now, that said, Cody, I'm sure, like, there are times where it's a really good idea to just say, no.
Absolutely. So obviously you want to start and do as much research and know that you're confident with that decision. It's someone you want to put that effort into to start. But even if that all happens and that doesn't work out, you have to know kind of that line. It's one of it's an interview question I use for my team that I hire, but it's also something I ask clients, and I ask them, what is the break point? What is that no-go line that 100% you will never recover or look at me the same if I cross? And it's kind of a great getting to know you piece. So if that VA or partnership, whatever it is, has hit that you can't take it anymore line. A lot of them, it's a disappearing VA. A lot of it is just people fall off the face of the earth. You sent something, you need it right now. You think it's super important. And your VA is gone. All those things are hopefully avoided in the conversation to start of setting those expectations. But if they're not, you definitely have to know your boundaries, and share that with your VA. This is my break point, that I will not be able to continue if you cross this line.
Yeah, this is like relationships 202, it's
right.
your non-negotiables. Let's know those up front. We're kind of laughing because we're pulling in the dating, but this is really no different. I've had clients who have called me their work husband, because it's like that intimate and that close and that engaged with each other. And when you find the right fit with your VA, it really can become family.
Yep, absolutely. I have clients that have been with me basically since I started. They have stuck around. It is that piece. Their audience even knows me as part of the team. They know that Codi's the go-to. That's where they'll get the help. There's other VA friends I know are the same way. They become such an integral piece without having to employ them or pay those benefits and the perks and all the things of having someone there. They found that perfect match in a remote setting with a virtual assistant that has helped their business grow and helped give them back the freedom to grow their business or be with their families or whatever that passion piece is.
Yeah. Okay, so what's next?
Who should VA? I love this question because the answer is everyone. Who should have a VA? Absolutely everyone that owns a small business. I'll touch quickly back on the piece of your time. Because it is a huge piece. Where should your time be spent? If you bill hourly, if you brought in one more client, you're paying for your VA. I mean, it is amazing of how you can just instantly grow where your time is spent.
Really good.
Even if you're not seeing, if you're using a VA for some admin work that you can't necessarily see a financial ROI on, where are you flipping that time? Did you get that time back in a personal ROI, or did you just grow your business or get another client and you're billing in more money?
Right. Right.
Most people start, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so much of building an online brand, especially if your face is the face of the brand, is about your energy. I mean, not to get too woo-woo here, but if you are stressed and you don't have the vibe that an audience wants to get from a thought leader or an expert on online brand person, personal name brand, then you aren't going to get results. Or if you do, it's painstakingly getting the results. Whereas if you are showing up feeling like you're supported and guided and someone's got that chat, someone's got that inbox that's going crazy right now, someone's got that opt-in page, and all I need to do is just show up and be my best. It's a game changer for your business. So going back to how to find the right VA, what are some other tips?
I'll look at my cheat sheet here. The other big piece that I want to do, besides asking the questions, is to establish the expectations. And I touched a little bit on that, but to know from the start what it is you need, what you actually want. You can't go to a VA and say, I want you to grow my business, and not have some sort of plan. You have to establish kind of what you want, what your expectations are, how you need the help. Most VAs will kind of work with you that first 3-4 months and get to know what you need. And then they probably have some great tips and pieces that they can interject in there and try to then help you grow even further. My personal opinion is a good VA will get to know what you have first. You've made the business. If it's your face, if it's your team, if it's whatever, they have to have that feel before they can really elevate you.
Right. What is a process that you use in QBR to make that onboarding process easier and faster?
Absolutely. It is one of my favorite pieces because I think it's a good feel for your VA. You'll get to know them, how organized they are and how they work just by the onboarding process. So I always offer a discovery call first, no charge, no anything. We just talk. I get to know you. I get to know your business, to know instantly kind of if we're a match, if our energies kind of match, if it's kind of aligned, I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
And if you have some realistic expectations of what you would expect.
Yeah.
Once we're like, cool, all systems go, then I have the basic contract and a client portfolio. This is our getting to know you document. Everything you have to fill out, not only just your passwords and logins and credentials to know everything you have, but what are your keywords? What are verbs you use all the time when you describe? Who are your competitors? If I want to stay up on your industry, where am I looking? So I always have that to refer back to if I'm writing for you or we're building an opt-in, we want to see what your competition looks like. All of those things, I always have something to really center myself around you and your business. That way I can always have that feel. I can always get in touch with you, even though I don't have to make that phone call.
Right, right. That's amazing. So I have, unless you are intuiting something really important else to say in the how-to, I think I have a question about what to expect in terms of price and value, really. So I'm okay. I'm good. I get this. I got some guys. I got some interview questions. What am I going to expect in terms of rates versus value?
Absolutely. This is a great question because it is something to know going in and what your expectations are.
Mm-hmm.
There is always, the Fiverr VAs or graphic designers and those that are very fast turnaround, low price. It's one of those I'll always tell you, you'll get what you pay for. You may get a great job on a one-off piece, but that person may not be available next time, or they may not match, or that first time it was awful. I mean, there's all those variables there. Most US-based virtual assistants start anywhere between $30, $25 would be your low end. And then depending on what you use, some will make you pay upfront and you pay for so many hours to start with. And then once those hours are up, they stop until you pay again. QBR, actually, you retain so many hours a month with us and you pay at the end of the month. So you're always getting work up front with us. And then we retain, if you do 15, 20 hours a month, whatever that number is that you decide to go with, we always have the team scheduled to work those hours for you and hope if there's any time that you need overages, we can.
Right.
High-end stuff, if you really go with a VA that's like strategy and super techie stuff, I've seen VAs charge as much as $95 an hour when you get way up there.
Yeah.
So your average, I would expect you to pay $40 an hour for a good VA that will partner with you if you're using a US-based VA, which of course I can go into huge rants of the local versus not type things and the struggles we do. But the important piece is knowing if someone's willing to charge you a good rate for that, they know their stuff. They put in the time. There is more value to someone that will partner with you, guarantee you that time, be around for those things versus just I randomly pay this person $200 and I'm hoping to get my project back type thing.
Right. Yeah, I can't say this enough. There's the magic really is in not getting a task done, but building a long-term relationship of support. Mm-hmm. That's where the magic is. And so, yes, you will save some money up front, but I doubt that you're going to save time. Because or will you get better results in the long run because you don't have someone asking you strategic questions, helping you become aware of what you don't even know. We often as business owners don't know what we don't know. And so if you're giving a task out to someone who's just going to get the job done, but not going to, regardless of results, let's say it's highest quality possible, but they aren't asking you back, hey, what's the big picture here? What do we want someone to feel? Where are they eventually going? Is this a lead gen? Okay, is it tied to an offer at the end? Okay, have you thought about putting a call to action at the end of this lead gen, etc. So I'd highly recommend looking at this as a long-term relationship. And I love, Codi, your pricing formula. You have like a retainer of 15 hours because it also just says to me that client's committed and you're committed. which is it's embedded, right? And it allows the freedom for the business owner, your client, to just say, okay, I have to use these 15 hours, or I have to use these 20 hours. And so I'm going to be looking, my antennae are going to be up looking for opportunities to use that investment wisely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, so is there any last, I think that's amazing insight. And again, if you want more of Codi, go ahead and click the button below and go and opt in. We're doing this as a complete service just because I believe in what Codi does, and I want you to have the impact that not you, Codi, well, you too, but you as the viewer to have the biggest impact possible. Our whole mission here at Peaceful Media is to love more, play more, and do more good. And Codi is a service for that. Codi is a conduit for that mission. So that you can spend more time playing with your kids, or playing with your spouse, or playing in the trees, and do more good ultimately, and feed your business. So is there anything you'd like to say in conclusion to this great session?
I love what you're doing, love the pieces to help, because that is where I believe I absolutely am passionate about supporting those people and letting people do what they're passionate about. So whether it's me, anywhere else, anybody else, it doesn't matter who it is finding that perfect match for you as a business owner is really where you'll find your magic, and find things where you can get your time back, get your business grown, and meet those goals so you can do what you love.
Well said. Well said. And so we send you off into your journey to find the peace and success and prosperity that you want in your business. Until we see you next time, remember to love more, play more, do more good. I'm Jam at Peaceful Media, and I'm joined by Codi Quick of QuickBusinessResolutions.com. So we'll talk to you later. Peace.